I've been looking forward to reviewing this sword for weeks. You may have crafted yours and vaulted it after being told by popular creators it's trash. Well, what if I told you it's actually insanely strong with the right setup? Personally, this sword has not left my loadouts in 2 weeks and I have put over 2,000 PvE kills on it. Omen is the first craftable caster frame that is part of Act 1 Echoes loot pool, obtainable in seasonal activities and failsafe rank up packages in the helm. It's a stasis element caster, making it the first of its kind. This sword is the literal definition of seasonal. The current Act 1 artifact perks make this sword extremely powerful, with an extremely healthy ammo economy and pairs very nicely with Ergo Sum. Caster frames do struggle for damage versus Vortex frames and other high damage CQC swords, with the only advantage being that they can hit at a distance. Unfortunately, Overload Sword is extremely inconsistent with heavy caster attacks, but gives a 25% boost to damage in endgame, with Blade's stamina returning significant amounts of ammo on multi-kills, with Argent Blade significantly boosting damage and recharge rate. Once the artifact goes, the sword will end up in the vault no doubt, hence why it feels so seasonal. With that out of the way, let's talk perks. Its perk pool is an interesting one, allowing it to hit harder than any other caster frame and capable of freezing targets at a distance. It's the only caster frame that can roll Cold Steel. As of the making of this video, caster frame heavy hits with Cold Steel don't actually slow targets. No idea if this is a bug or intentional, but when paired with Wolfpack rounds from Ergo Sum, the heavy hit freezes targets, which does massive shatter damage when Facet of Ruin is equipped on prismatic builds. When paired with the weapon's Radiolaria Transposer origin trait, which spawns Radiolaria pools on multi-kills or yellow bar kills, the pools also slow targets, and when paired with Creeping Chill, it can cause a chain reaction that wipes out grouped up ads thanks to the free shatter loop it causes, making Omen a very potent ad clearer. Adding Logical Reductor into the mix extends the duration of the pools for even more lingering freezing pools. It can also roll surrounded in the same column, doing 35% more damage when surrounded, and although the Dragon Cult Sickle can also roll surrounded, Omens can be enhanced, meaning that enhanced surrounded does more damage than its regular version, doing just under 42% more damage, making Omens the strongest damaging legendary caster frame for the time being. I've extensively used both perks and came to the conclusion that, if you want to use this sword this season, go for Cold Steel paired with Wolfpack Ergo. This allows for insane freezing combos and near infinite ammo. Outside of this season, I probably would vault it, but surrounded for general play is your safe bet. Outside of these two perks in the fourth column, you can also have One for All, giving the weapon a massive boost to damage by 35%, which is still dwarfed by Enhanced Surrounded. Vorpal is an absolute no due to its piss poor 10% buff to damage, whilst Whirlwind stacks damage at 30% after 10 hits, requiring too much setup to be effective. For the third, Strategist is handy for warlocks that love to spam class abilities and a good build craft perk in general. Unrelenting is also very good on this sword when paired with Cold Steel and its freeze loop, making it very useful for survivability as it regens health. Attrition Orbs is another use case for this sword, as full caster heavy attack can spawn a single orb, which allows for easy reprocs of Argent Blade. For ammo economy, you have Relentless Strikes, which upon landing 3 hits, it returns a single sword hit, and then Tireless Blade, which returns ammo on every other kill. This weapon will get lots of ammo from a distance. I would go with Tireless Blade personally for ammo returns. You've seen the perks, you've seen how strong this sword actually is, now it's time for your donation to the channel. Kidding, I'm asking you to drop a like so that I can leave my day job. Also kidding, I do these vids on the side, I genuinely enjoy putting content out and each view is worth the dedication. Let's talk about the god roll. Now remember, these are subjective. If you disagree, sound off in the comments and keep it civil. Swords don't get anything other than an impact masterwork, so that's out of the way. For the first column, you want perks that grant the most ammo. Look no further than Hungry Edge. When paired with Backup Mag, your sword reserves go up to 70, and with Blaze Stamina, you'll barely ever run out of ammo. For the second column, I would suggest either Balance Guard or Swordmaster Guard. The reason I suggest Balance is because Argent Blade this season already boosts charge rate. Swordmaster reduces block defenses but boosts charge rate too, so go for Swordmaster outside of the current season. Then I would go with Tireless Blade for even more ammo returns or multi-kills, and finally, for this season at least, Cold Steel. It's just so fun to use when paired with the Origin trait and Wolfpack rounds. I'm completely in love with this sword. 2 full weeks of using it in Lost Sectors, GM Nightfalls, Pale Heart, and even in Salvation's Edge. It's not a great DPS weapon by any means, as that will always fall to Vortex frames, but it just feels so strong for mob clearing and mini boss cleanup. It's getting an A tier rating from me. It does not get S tier, as it will be vaulted once the artifact perks disappear for sure. Don't let the popular creators tell you this sword is garbage, at least this season. It's anything but. And with that, rant over. Let me know if you made it to the end by slapping that like button, subscribe if you're new, and thank you for watching. I'm taking a pass at the seasonal rocket launcher next. It has some interesting perks for its frame. Let's see if it's any good. This was Plasma Alchemist. Peace!
Fight forever, Guardian!